What's up, guys? Today's training, I'm going to show you guys how you are able to create a dynamic QR code. Now, we've got a lot of people doing QR codes in the system where you're using the QR code as a way to register people's interest or using a form, any URL that is available to be scanned within the ACR system, you can put it into a QR code, and then that can be printed into a flyer, put it in the window. In the gym I've got here at the moment, there's a QR code right here at the window where people can scan and book themselves into a Chiro session. So the power of a dynamic QR code is what I'm going to show you guys today. So what can happen is that, firstly, previous update or the previous feature that we had in the past, we actually had a QR code that allow you to generate a QR code in a dynamic way, also in a very static way, which means that you can come into here, you can create a single QR code that allows you to put a URL in there, you can download it, and you can then be able to put that into a shirt, into a flyer, and people can scan it and it can go into a free trial. Now, from time to time, those offers can change, which is quite understandable, and you may have a different link or different form that may allow you to do it. So what a dynamic QR code is able to allow you to do is that you don't change a QR code that you already spend hundreds of dollars on flyers or coupons, or maybe on like a flyer you want to hand out. That QR code can remain exactly the same, but the redirect URL goes to a different place. And that's what this dashboard is showing you. It can actually show you the different kind of QR codes you want to create. So this is something that you can actually go out and actually, if I show you what this looks like, dynamic QR code generators, right? You can actually go out and actually find a tool. Okay, so usually you have to go in here and pay a subscription that allow you to create a dynamic generator, which you actually go and manage, right? So it's a different platform. We've built it into ACR, that you're able to go in here and create QR codes. You can manage your QR codes all within your dashboard with everything you have. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you an example of how this can apply to your business. So as you can see, I've done some testing on this account at the moment. That I've got a QR code being created in here. It's a dynamic QR code. I've got 2 scans of that particular QR code. So show you statistics on how this QR code is performing when it comes to scans and so on. You can actually look at location, you can track statistics and so on. Now to do that, you need to go on the top corner here. There's a little QR code generator. That used to be a static QR code generator. Now it's a dynamic QR code generator. You're going up here. You can go, I want to create a new one, add new, and you can see you've got a lot more options here now. You got the ability to make the sizes bigger, smaller. You get the ability to change the color of the QR code. If you've got a brand or that you can change the forefront color. You can change the background color. Now this is where you are able to put your URL in here. So in this case, I'm going to show you a very practical case that you could use for checking attendance. If you're not using a CRM that's allowing you to do checking attendances and have some sort of automation to manage that, or whatever that may look like, you can actually have a checking QR code being generated using a form. And I've got another video shows you how to do that. And what you want to do, you want to create that particular form. In my case, I already have that form created. You just need to go into the builder, and then I want to move this around, make this a little bit smaller, so give more real estate. And then you can see over here, I'll have an attendance form, and I just want to come over here on the right-hand side, grab that link. Okay, not sharing, sorry. I'm going to grab that link by grabbing the link. Okay, here's a link. Just a simple button like this. And I'm going to now go to generator, and I'm going to create that QR code by pasting that URL in there. I'm going to call this one maybe like let's say front door QR code. Okay, so you can actually put it in a location or a brochure or whatever it may look like. I'm going to submit it. This is now going to create that particular one here. You can see front door QR code. I've got one in here at the moment that has got that QR code, so I can now download this particular QR code onto my computer. It's a front door QR code. I'm going to open this up. Okay, now I'm going to show you what it will look like when I use this particular QR code. Let's get rid of all this here. I'm going to get my camera out and let me scan this. As you can see, this is only a 100 size QR code, so it's quite small. You can make it a lot bigger if you needed to by changing the size in the settings. So I'm going to open this up, and straight away what's going to happen, if you can see my camera, there's my checking form that I can go in here, and I can go front desk, leave that somewhere on the front desk, and I can check in from the client. They can come in, click a button, now they've checked in. Now, that code you may want to change to a different form or something else. They may want to register their interest into a seminar you may have. You can create another form or whatever you want to do. Then you can come into here, and let's go into a funnel this time, for example, right? I wanted to come into a registration form. I want to register to a particular event. So again, this is just some ideas you can throw. I'm throwing out there for you guys to think about what you can use a QR code, what you can use the dynamic QR code for in this particular scenario. So in this case, I have an event coming up. I wanted to register interest. So instead of a checking form or instead of our first event, I have a separate form that I want to see how many people are coming to my next event. I may want to create another form, or I'll create a URL, or any URL in this case. In this case, in the demo, I'm just going to show you what actually happens when I just paste that particular URL into this QR code, which is, as you can see here, this here is a front door URL. I wanted to come in here. I want to actually get them to register into an event, okay, or like a landing page I've created. This QR code is still the front door QR code. I'm going to press submit. And if you recall that previous video or like previous QR code I showed you before, it came out with the form for check-in. Now I'm going to open this QR code again, and by doing this, I'm going to show you what will happen by scanning the QR code this time. Okay, now here the QR code scanned it, and this time it goes to a landing page instead of a checking form. So your QR code would never have to change. It can stay where it is. You may have printed 100 brochures that you may not want to change. You may have printed something on the door or whatever. You may have a QR code that is sitting in a cafe. Okay, so your QR code is sitting in the cafe, and they may have a different offer available to them. So you can actually go in here, go into your system, manage your QR code, and manage that offer dynamically inside your system, and that QR code don't have to change every single time. You can send to a different offer for a joint venture or a JV you may have, and that just allows you to really generate leads in a very smart way by using QR codes.